Okay, so hey guys, today is Thursday. It's week 3, I think. The topic this week is coming out, I think. Yeah, the topic is coming out. It's week 3. Thursday, I'm Avery. Coming out, I don't really know what to say. I've kind of come out 3 times in the past couple of years. Only once to my family, but 3 times to my friends. The first time was coming out sexuality wise, so kind of just experimenting with my sexuality, trying to figure out what it was or who I was interested in. At the time, I came out as bisexual, and I was I kind of had a thing with my best friend at the time, and that's the only girl I've ever been with. Yeah, and then kind of as I got a bit older, so this was when I was about 16, as I got a bit older, I've kind of come to kind of use the label pansexual because it just seems to fit me best. So yeah, that involved coming out to my friends at the time, and was when I first joined the Queer Youth Network, which led to my second coming out, my first coming out of gender. When I got there, my gender was kind of all over the place anyway. I didn't know who I was, I didn't know what I was just confused. And then suddenly I was learning all these things about trans people and what transgender is and all these different terms, and I kind of stumbled across the term genderqueer, and at the time I felt like it fitted me perfectly. My gender at the time is very fluid. Sometimes I felt I didn't feel feminine, but during those times I would identify more as a lesbian. But then it started getting further and further away from that, and I was starting to feel more and more neutral and more on the male side. I would alternate between male and neutral days, which is why my second gender coming out as a trans guy took so long, because my gender just wouldn't settle down, and I didn't want to go through the process of transitioning and getting on hormones only to kind of realize, oh, maybe I've made a mistake, maybe I was just neutral gender, maybe I could have been okay as I was, and I didn't want to make a mistake, so I took my time to experiment, and I took my time, using male pronouns. How did this feel? Can I try a male name? And eventually I kind of got to a point where I was sure. My gender settled down just into male, and I decided to kind of go ahead, and I came out to my friends at the time, people at QAN, and I kind of said, thank you for supporting me so much. I'd like you to start calling me Avery. I involved them in a process of choosing my name as well, so it was kind of like a joint name that had input, Avery. And I chose middle names and my last name myself, and they all started using male pronouns for me. When I first started to come out as a trans guy, I came out to my college where I was at the time, but I was only out to the teachers and 2 or 3 friends I had there. I didn't come out to the wider college body because I didn't fit in anyway. I didn't fit in as, just an average teenager. I couldn't get along with the other people, and just the people who attended the college were kind of into, I guess, gang culture, that kind of thing, and I was just worried for my safety, so I decided not to come out. But obviously now, as I'm more comfortable with telling people that I'm male and trying not to feel, sometimes it does make me embarrassed, well, not embarrassed, but just because I hate telling people anything anyway, and to have like all the attention on me, I'm just kind of a bit like, but yeah, I'm out to everyone. Actually, that's a lie. I'm in the process of coming out to my nan and her husband. I've talked about it with my therapist and my carers and my mum, and we kind of decided that writing a letter would be the best way because of kind of how my nan is. So I've written a letter and I'm going to send it to her on Sunday, which is only a week before my private appointment, so it's cutting it a bit close, but my mum kept pushing it back, and finally I've just been like, right, we're going to send it, okay? And that's just kind of that. I came out to my mum last year, but she kind of dismissed it and was just like, you're only doing it 'cause your friends are doing it. And it took a long time for her to kind of see, but as I was gradually coming to terms with my gender myself, I obviously changed my gender expression. My mum started picking up on that, so she kind of had time to, we didn't talk about it, but she could see me changing, and she obviously started coming to terms with it in her own time. She's not completely okay with it, which is why I had to move out. But we're at a point now where we can actually talk about it. I could tell her what's going on in my life and that kind of stuff. And I recently came out to my aunt, who is my aunt by marriage, who is okay with it. But unfortunately, I heard today actually that she spoke to my uncle, who's my blood uncle, and she told him for me because she felt it would be better coming from her. And he's pretty, apparently he's pretty gutted about it, and he's really upset, and yeah, that's quite hard to deal with, because I was expecting my nan to turn around and say, don't want anything to do with you, but from my uncle, it quite hurts because it was unexpected, and it obviously influences the fact that they're the parents of my 7-year-old cousin Robert, who's going to be 8 in February, and as their parents, they don't feel that he will be able to cope with the information. So at the moment it's looking like I'm not going to be able to see my cousin for a long time, which is quite upsetting, and I don't know what they're going to tell him. But yeah, so my friends have all been cool with it, and yeah, I'm not out at the college I'm at the moment. I'm there as male to everyone, but I'm stealth. No one there apart from the teachers know that I'm trans, and it's going really well, and I'm kind of really pleased that I can, as much as, I love my community and people, sometimes it's just kind of nice to get away, nice to hang out with a different crowd and talk about different things and not have to worry about my gender. They just perceive me as male, as a normal guy, which is cool. So I've decided not to come out there, because I don't need to. If I pass, I don't need to tell people, that kind of thing. So it's been really difficult, especially today, obviously finding out about my uncle and just letting my mum read the letter to my nan. My mum got upset over it, and it's really stressful. It's really, really stressful coming out. But I'm one of the very lucky people who do have, the majority of the people in my life are completely supportive. It's just the odd few people who are struggling with it. But I've been lucky that they accept me and they love me for who I am, whether I'm a boy or, whatever, they'll love me, whatever, and I'm lucky to have that, and I'm lucky that it doesn't affect our friendships and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say on coming out. Yeah, so I'm sorry this video was a bit just stress, and I had a shitty form spring comment which I'm a bit bummed out about, really. But whatever, life goes on. So thanks for watching. This probably hasn't been very informative, so I'm sorry, but I hope you found it maybe of some use, and I hope you enjoy watching everyone else's videos. Thanks.